Hello, my name is Tim Bailey. I'm head of global sales for Red Date Technology, which is one of the founding members of the blockchain-based service network. I'm excited to be here at the show today to talk to you about the BSN and our partnership with Metaverse Society in Korea. Today, we see a wide variety of use cases for blockchain technology that go beyond cryptocurrencies and payments that we hear a lot about in the news today. So blockchain technology can also be used, of course, for digital currency, but for data reconciliation, for identity protection, for payments, for the tracking and tracing of assets, for the certification of information. There are really a wide variety of uses for blockchain technology. In the enterprise today, we see that blockchain and other DLTs or distributed ledger technologies, we think is going to be the next generation of infrastructure for the internet. And we see that in a wide variety of different verticals. So for example, in manufacturing, blockchain enables organizations to track the provenance of materials or assets. In the energy industry, blockchain technology enables the tracking and verification of renewable energy certificates. In the insurance industry, blockchain technology will enable much simpler and faster claims management. In supply chain, blockchain enables improved transparency and traceability. And then we also see applications across other verticals like healthcare, retail, government, and finance. Industry groups see significant growth in blockchain spending in the enterprise. This is from IDC last year, and they see global blockchain spending in the enterprise growing to nearly $18 billion within the next 2.5 years. A lot of that spending will be in the banking and manufacturing industries, but also across retail and other different industries like transportation and shipping and aviation as examples. So we're an organization that believes that blockchain technology is going to revolutionize the way that companies provide products and services, the way that people communicate, the way that government can provide services. But there are two fundamental issues that we need to solve. The first is cost, and the second is interoperability. Today, building on blockchain is relatively expensive, with developers needing to purchase cloud resources to create development environments and then maintain production environments is relatively expensive. And then you have literally over 100 different types of blockchain protocols. And so the interoperability among those is a big challenge. And the BSN was really created to solve those challenges through the shared public infrastructure environment that we've created. We can reduce the cost to a developer to build on blockchain, by over 90% in many cases, and we can enable interoperability to operate in a much more simple way for a developer to write, 4 or 5 lines of code and enable different chains, both permissioned and permissionless, to exchange information. So we really think that blockchain technology today is where the internet was in the early 1990s, when building a website was relatively expensive and you had multiple competing networking standards that made the interoperability a challenge. And it was only when the website development costs got close to zero, and you had interoperability standards like TCP/IP or HTTP that the internet really took off, and you saw all the innovation that's led to what the internet is for us today. So we think blockchain is at that same stage. And at the BSN, what we're trying to do is overcome those cost and interoperability issues. So at the BSN, the way to think about us is we're really an integrator. We've integrated services like AWS, like Google, like Microsoft Azure, like Baidu and some of the big clouds in China, like China Mobile. We've also integrated all the leading permissioned blockchain frameworks into the BSN. So Hyperledger Fabric, Hyperledger Besu, Quorum, R3 from Corda, Fisco BCOS, and some of the other big permission chains in China. We've also integrated the big public or permissionless chains like Ethereum, EOS, Algorand, Tezos are all integrated into the BSN. And then finally, interchain services like Poly Enterprise and Arita, which help support the easy interoperability of different blockchain protocols to communicate with each other. So this is a technical overview of the BSN. We really have that. It starts with that cloud services layer that we're showing at the bottom there, built on all the big cloud providers that I mentioned earlier. We then have what we call the virtual data center layer. And we've built a network of around 140 virtual data centers around the world on the different public clouds. And each of those virtual data centers integrates all the permissioned frameworks, all the permissionless frameworks that I showed on the previous slide, as well as interchain services. We've also integrated in tools that help developers more easily build and operate applications on the BSN. So they include IDE services and testnet services. And then you have that top layer, what we call the portal layer. And we're working with a network of partners around the world who are going to build and operate BSN portals, which is the way that developers can get access to the BSN resources. And in fact, as I'll talk to you about later, we're launching, along with our partner in Korea, Metaverse Society, the first BSN portal outside of the Greater China region next month. So far on the BSN, we literally have dozens of different applications running on the BSN across a range of industries for all different types of use cases like copyright protection, procurement, e-government services, the digitalization of assets, IoT applications, supply chain finance applications. We even have applications running on the digital court system where we're storing digital evidence on the blockchain. Another great use case is agricultural product traceability, so that a consumer can verify that the product that they purchased in a supermarket comes from a particular region or even a particular farm. And then healthcare and nonprofit organizations, we're also seeing a lot of applications in those industries as well. As I mentioned earlier, we have an initiative to build a network of BSN portals around the world. We started in China. We launched a BSN portal for Hong Kong earlier this year. We announced several weeks ago that we're launching a BSN portal in Korea, which I'll talk more about later. And then we also recently announced that we would, with our partner in Turkey, operate BSN portals in Turkey and Uzbekistan. And we're working with a number of different partners around the world to create new portals in new regions and countries. Here's an example of a BSN portal that was launched earlier this year by our partner in Hong Kong. a developer can access these resources at digixnode.io. Any developer can go and create an account, create a project, build an application, and then deploy and operate that on BSN resources through the DigixNode portal. This is another example of a portal by Algorand, which is a well-known public or permissionless blockchain. Algorand has built a portal that developers can use to go in and access BSN resources and really learn about the technology and get hands-on to develop applications. We were pleased to announce with our partner Metaverse Society last month that Metaverse Society will be operating a BSN portal for Korea starting in next month in November. And through this portal, developers in Korea will be able to go in and purchase BSN cloud resources. They'll be able to create blockchain projects and keys to connect to public chain nodes. They'll be able to manage permission chains, update smart contracts, manage off BSN system access, and also access interchain services for the interoperability across chains. I'm including here a quote from our CEO, Yifan He. We see Korea as a really important market for blockchain technology because Korea has long been a global leader in information and communication technologies. The Korean government has also been very supportive and progressive in introducing and supporting new technologies. The BSN portal that Metaverse Society will launch in Korea is a really important milestone in our mission to create a network of BSN portals that provide easy access to blockchain resources for developers around the world. So we're very excited, again, to announce along with our partner Metaverse Society the BSN portal in Korea, and you'll see and hear more from us and Metaverse Society next month when the portal officially goes online. So again, I want to thank the organizers and our partner Metaverse Society for having us at the event today, and we look forward to working with others in the ecosystem and around the industry to further the adoption of blockchain technology across hundreds of different industries around the world. Thank you very much, and we look forward to talking to you next time.